Welcome back, Automania. This is automotive for you. The newest automotive information just for you. Aston Martins are known for two signature traits, drop-dead gorgeous looks and badass soundtracks. But how do you maintain the band's identity when you have to play a cover tune? If he were still alive, I'd tell you to ask Joe Cocker. Sometimes you get by with a little help from your friends and make someone else's song your own. In the case of the 2018 Aston Martin DB11 V8, those friends are the good folks at Mercedes-AMG. Daimler AG, the parent company of Mercedes, owns 5% of Aston Martin, and the company's performance arm provided its twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 for the DB11. Truth be told, the AMG engine makes the DB11 a better car than Aston's own V12. The 4.0-liter V8 does duty in everything from the S-Class to the C63 and E63 to the GT sports car, but Aston Martin wasn't content to let it sound like a Mercedes engine. To give it an Aston Martin voice, company engineers replaced the intake and exhaust. The goal was to limit the typical AMG bass tones and improve the more Aston Martin-like mid-range and high tones. Other engine changes included new ECU programming, tweaks to the throttle and engine mapping, and a switch from a dry sump to a wet sump since this would be a Grand Tour instead of a track car. As a result of the changes, the engine produces the same 503 horsepower as you'll get in many AMG applications, but torque is a unique 498 pound-feet. The performance figures are practically a wash with the V12. The DB11 V8 launches from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4 seconds flat, while the V12 does it in 3.9 seconds. The V12 has the advantage at higher speeds. It can reach 200 miles per hour, while the V8 tops out at 187 miles per hour. Both are illegal in your neighborhood. But then the V8's advantages start to tip the scales in its favor. It almost certainly goes easier on gas than the V12's 15 miles per gallon city/21 highway/17 combined ratings, though EPA figures aren't in yet. The big change, however, is in weight, and that affects the whole character of the car. The V8 weighs 243 pounds less than the V12, and all that weight comes off the nose. That reverses the balance of mass from 51% front/49% rear to 49-51. It also let Aston engineers tune the car to make it the sportier choice for DB11 buyers. Suspension changes include stiffer rear bushings to give the rear axle 5% more lateral stiffness, which helps the car rotate. The adjustable dampers are also stiffer to limit up and down motions. The anti-roll bars and springs have also been tweaked to deal with the change in weight and to make the car more agile. With less weight up front, the pistons of the Brembo 6-piston front brakes are smaller, though the rotors retain their 15.7-inch diameter up front and 14.2-inch diameter out back. Aston Martin also changed its code and hardware to open up more of a delta between the damper's Sport and Sport Plus settings, as well as the sound and the transmission character between GT, Sport and Sport Plus. In other words, put the V8 DB11 in its two Sport Plus modes and it will ride stiffer than the V12, hold gears longer, and switch from a bass to a baritone voice. And yet steering and handling are more than satisfying. The DB11 is the first Aston Martin with electric assist power steering, and its quick 13:1 ratio teams with the stiff structure to make turn-in sharp and immediate. The 245/40 front and 285/35 rear Bridgestone Potenza 007 tires bite hard in cornering and provide excellent grip. This 3,880-pound car tracks nicely through corners, too, rotating willingly. Still, Aston Martin has left some performance equipment on the table given the fact that the DB11's mission is to be a Grand Tour instead of an outright sports car. It has a mechanical limited slip differential to manage power through corners, and brake-based torque vectoring that will clamp the inside rear wheel and even the inside front in a turn to help the car rotate. However, it lacks other go-fast goodies that would really improve handling. A clutch-based torque vectoring differential would provide power to the outside rear wheel to help the DB11 attack corners, and rear-wheel steering would virtually shorten its wheelbase. Both would improve durability and shorten lapse times, but neither are available. The 2018 Aston Martin DB11 costs $198,995, while the V12 runs $216,495. Both cars carry the same level of equipment, so the engine alone accounts for the $17,500 price difference. Okay, that's all Automania. See you at the next automotive info, and thank you for watching Automotive for You.